You're listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hey, how's it going? 2023 has started off better than usual as far as frequency. This is my second episode this week. So my goal for this year is 52 episodes. That's one a week, obviously. I would like to add some extras in there, but I want to hit at least 52. So I just want to go. Okay. So anyway, second one of the week. I'm feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling great, and I hope you are too. Now, on this particular poem, this is by Oliver Wendell Holmes, Sr. He lived from 1809, born the same year Abe Lincoln, died in 1894. Okay, now he was a writer, doctor, and educator. He was from Cambridge, Massachusetts. All right, now he, as many people did, loved and appreciated American history. And in 1830, the Secretary of War proposed that the naval ship, the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides, be, broken up for scrap and sold, so the Navy could make a little money off of her. Holmes was a student in law school at the time, and he wrote this poem, okay, about the ship. Now, the ship was an old war hero from years before. Now, the ship was, battle-hardened, battle-tested, had beat the British, had been all over the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. It fought the pirates at the shores of Tripoli, which, by the way, or it was in that particular engagement, that operation, in the Marines hymn, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. That's where that comes from. Old Ironsides was there with the U.S. Marines. Pretty interesting. So Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote this as sort of a protest to the idea of breaking this dear old ship up for scrap. And it's called Old Ironsides. Now, one thing that also, before I get started on the poem, that I really like about this is it's about sailing. I love sailing. I love maritime themed stuff, nautical stuff. I've been to Blackbeard's house in Beaufort, South Carolina. I've been to the museum there in Beaufort and loved it. And I've seen all the cannons and whatnot from his ship and gone into the maritime library there and sat on the couch and enjoyed some nautical books for a while. I love sailing. This fall, I went with my younger brother, and we took a sailing course and got certified by the American Sailing Association as, in keelboat sailing and sort of like basic navigation and stuff like that. I even own a tiny little sailboat. So anyway, I love sailing. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you understand that I love sailing? So I love this poem, okay? And it's called Old Ironsides. And it goes like this. I tear her tattered ensign down, long has it waved on high, and many an eye has danced to see that banner in the sky. Beneath it rung the battle shout, and burst the cannon's roar. The meteor of the ocean air shall sweep the clouds no more. Her deck, once red with heroes' blood, where knelt the vanquished foe, when winds were hurrying o'er the flood, and waves were white below, no more shall feel the victor's tread, or know the conquered knee. The harpies of the shore shall pluck the eagles of the sea. Oh, better that her shattered hulk should sink beneath the wave. Her thunders shook the mighty deep, and there should be her grave. Nail to the mast her holy flag, set every threadbare sail, and give her to the god of storms, the lightning and the gale. So this poem got published, and people started to say, wait, we're going to destroy Old Ironsides, the USS Constitution? No way. And so people started chipping in money and that sort of thing to get it restored. And the public was just so outraged by the fact that they were going to burn down this old or break up this old hero of the seas, that they saved her. She was restored, and she ended up sailing. She stayed, sailing, and she would go to different ports as late as about 1931. She was still sailing. Finally, she was docked, and but I think, I'm not positive, you can check me on this, I think she still remains a commissioned ship in the U.S. Navy, the oldest one, I believe. But anyway, that is Old Ironsides, and that is about an old Navy ship, and you ought to look up some history on Old Ironsides, the USS Constitution. And anyway, I love that poem. So if you enjoyed that as much as I did, would you mind rating the show, leaving a review maybe, and telling a friend? That is a big thing. So many people become listeners of The Cultured Bumpkin because somebody told them about it. Their friend told them about it. They cared about them and wanted them to, hear the great stories from our wonderful literary past. So anyway, if you would do those things, I would appreciate it. But if you don't, that's okay too. You do what you want to do. This is America, baby. And I hope you have a wonderful day or night or wherever it is, wherever you're at. And thank you very much for listening. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.